What's good? What's good with it, man? YouTube, it's your boy Melly, and we back with another video, right? So, from the topic, y'all boys already know what time it is, gang. Here's a few unspoken rules that y'all should add to y'all bag when it comes to flirting. Now, this is not me telling you how to flirt. I can make another video on that, but here's here's some things that if you understand it, you would have a better chance of having successful flirtatious situations, right? So the first thing on this list, gang, is you gotta fill it out first. And the perfect analogy I got for this right here is you could flirt with a girl. I mean, a nigga that a girl don't like or she might find ugly that trying to flirt with her. That's sexual harassment automatically. Compared to a nigga that she like, she don't even think about anything that's quote unquote sexual harassment. She could be all for it. That's the difference. If a girl don't really find you attractive or she's not interested, gang, and you trying to make moves, it's gonna come off as weird, creepy, or whatever the case is, gang, because she ain't gonna be reciprocating it. So you basically shooting your shots at a brick wall. Simple. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be stupid. You're gonna look stupid. So to prevent yourself from looking bad or setting yourself up for quote unquote humiliation, just go ahead and feel her out first, and that's by making small talk, maintaining a little bit of eye contact and just gaze to see how she react to you. Because once a girl, one thing about women, gang, once they like you, they gonna try to hide it. If they want to hide it, they gonna try to hide it. But at the same time, the minute you engage with them, you will start to see those things revealed, right? You're gonna see the over niceness, like she gonna be over nice, she gonna be over interactive, or she gonna smile a lot more. It's just the small things that she gonna do that you could pinpoint that, all right, boom, she interested, right? So you throwing a little jabs, I mean, couple jabs of flirting in between, then you're gonna see how she reacts to it. But the first thing you want to do, gang, is make sure that this girl has some level of interest. Because if the conversations are just textbook, dry, straight to the point, no eye contact, no follow-up questions, no, like, nothing, gang, then you flirting is really gonna be a dead end conversation, right? You're gonna be talking to yourself. So the next thing is two, situational awareness. Now, situational awareness is important because women get turned off easy. If you're trying to flirt with a girl in a situation where it could come off as, all right, this is not the place or this is not the time, and you trying to go ahead and make a play like that, then she could entirely just be turned away from you. You could turn her off because she gonna look at you like, all right, my nigga, you doing too much, right? And if you don't have the situational awareness to pick up on that right now is not the best time, or the timing of the situation is not the best, then go ahead and abort the mission, right? So before you even put yourself in a situation to have to make that decision, go ahead and read the room, read the environment, read wherever it is, the setting it is, and see if this is a good time where you could probably try to be a little bit flirtatious, or you just keep the conversation straight to the point, whatever it is intended to be, or you just go ahead and not do it, gang. Because like I say, you being in the right environment or in the wrong environment trying to do the right thing or the wrong thing, it could mean a lot. It could play a lot, and it could easily cause a girl to be turned away from you. Easy as that, right? Now the next thing is two. Nah, this is too much of anything is not good for you, gang. So if you're talking to a girl, gang, and you flirting, try not to flirt too much. Don't overly flirt, because this one you're gonna start to be looked at as a try hard, my nigga. And the worst way to be perceived by a girl is to be a try hard. If you come off as a try hard where she tell that you're doing too much, or you overplaying, basically you overplaying your hand to come off a certain way, she gonna get turned off. So if you flirting with her, and every sentence or every 2 minutes you trying to flirt, then it's like, all right, nigga, I get the gist. I get that, you flirting, you trying to create some build up, you trying to, create a little bit of tension in between the conversations, and, just to spice things up, gang. But you don't have to always do it. Y'all could talk about, a whole deep conversation without you even having to flirt. Probably after flirting a few times before y'all get into a certain conversation, right? You don't even have to flirt every time she speak about something, or you see like there's an opportunity. Like me, sometimes I like to see sometimes I see opportunities to flirt, but if I feel like, all right, let me just give it a breather and then go back in for the punch, I just see an opportunity and not even play on it, just because I don't want to come off as a try hard. Because based on the vibe, you can tell if a girl going with your vibe or your energy or not, or if she gonna be going. So once you already know that, all right, this shit's set in stone. Let me not talk my way out of it. That's the easy thing you can do. Talk your way out the pussy. Talk your way out the pussy. A lot of niggas do it. Y'all niggas don't realize when y'all got the bag secured, and the only thing is you gotta do is just let the situation play out. Y'all niggas end up talking your way out the pussy. You start, overly doing shit, overly flirting, overly complimenting, overly doing this, overly texting, and then she like, all right, this nigga a weirdo, or he a tryhard. So go ahead and focus on not talking yourself out the box, because that's the easy thing to do, right? And last thing is too, bro, you gotta know when to seal the deal, right? This tie back into the last thing I was just kind of mentioning. You gotta know when to seal the deal. You gotta know when to say, okay, this is enough flirting, this is enough long talk, this is enough small talk. You go ahead, you make a move, and that's either you grabbing her number, planning the date, planning something to see her again, depending on if you just, introducing yourself and you just grabbing her name and her number, or whatever the case is, or if it's a girl you might see at the gym, or a girl you might see at school. You got to know when to seal the deal, because you ain't going to be there for the next 15 or 20 minutes, depending on the environment. Like I say, situational, and depending on the environment, bro, you ain't going to be there all day trying to flirt, gang. You got to know when to say, all right, bet. I threw enough bait. I threw enough, boom, woo. She kind of get to feel my vibe. She feel the energy. She liking it. I can tell she fucking with me. All right, let me go ahead and grab a number real quick. Or let me go ahead and schedule something so I can see her again. Right? Know when to seal a deal. Because like I said, you could easily throw yourself back out the loop by overdoing it, gang. You overplay your hand, gang, she ain't going to be interested. Or she might look at you like all these other niggas that be doing too much, gang. Women hate niggas that do too much. Don't do too much. The less you do, less is more with women. The less you do, the more it's like you get more out of them. You flirt less, it's like you leave room for motherfucking imagination at a certain time. You flirt just enough, but you don't overly flirt, you leave enough room for imagination. And you're going to get more out of them, right? Less is more with women. So if y'all niggas think doing too much, overly flirting, overly texting, overly calling, overly doing all these things is going to get what you want, and come to realize the nigga that ain't did shit got way further than you with her, then you're going to start to like really pick up on it that less is more. So always keep that intuitive thought. Less is more with women. All right. I'll see you boys in the next one.